Mesdames, Messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, it continues now, second semi-final.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ITTF Liege Men's World Cup, coming to you live from Liege, Belgium. I'm your commentator, Adam Bobrow, and it is the Timo Show. And the show is taking a short break in terms of Timo, but a great show will continue here from France. We've got the young 22-year-old world rank number 13, Simon Gauzy, the man responsible for taking out Jun Mizutani in a spectacular match yesterday. And as strong as that match was, as exciting as that match was, the tournament has just been that good that it was overshadowed by yet another, Dimitrij OVTCHAROV, playing one of the most spectacular matches yesterday, the feistiest match of the tournament so far against Alexander Shibaev. Man, was there tension in that match. In some senses, I can't wait to see Shibaev play again just because of the tension that it'll create. But Dima survived, was the victor. A very impressive Game 7. And now it is the second men's singles semifinal. Dima on the left, the European king currently. Rebecca Bergveld, our umpire for the match. And there's our assistant umpire, Michel de Vries from France. So this will be interesting to me. We've got Simon Gauzy playing in Germany in Ochsenhausen, representing France currently. Has been improving. He's at his highest world ranking as far as I can tell right now. A lot of big accomplishments for both of these players, but Dima, at 29 years old, relatively new father to Emma, is playing just incredible table tennis, has been one of a few players who can compete with the Chinese here and there from time to time. But the most deadly force against the top Chinese players, who's 36 years old, 7 years the senior of Dimitrij OVTCHAROV, just took down the most unbeaten player on the planet, Timo Boll over Ma Long. If you didn't see that match, make sure you catch the entire thing on tv.ittf.com. Highlights will be all over the ITTF YouTube channel, Facebook page. I'm sure you'll see some great stuff on the ITTF Twitter and Instagram channel. The far racket there is Simon Gauzy, who actually has a new blade modeled after him. Dima's had a blade for quite some time. This is the caliber of player, I think, just considering it, from last match to this match, I think every player in the tournament not only has but uses a racket that is made in their name, their own blade. Ma Long, Timo Boll, Dimitrij OVTCHAROV, and Simon Gauzy now to join the racket club. Depending on how this match goes here, Simon Gauzy has a very bright future ahead. In terms of the peak years for Dima, it's tough to know. He's played some very solid table tennis for many years now, and in 2014 beating Zhang Jike 3-0 in Japan at the World Team Championships, playing one of the most spectacular matches I've seen against Fan Zhendong at the end of last year. And then last night against Alexander Shibaev. We'll see what happens here. Simon Gauzy has not been the most consistent player in the last few years, but this is something that obviously has improved with time and training. In this tournament here, he's played more consistently, just making a high percentage of some low percentage shots throughout this tournament. Now, in case you're newer to table tennis, you'll hear the term strawberry come up from time to time when it comes to Simon Gauzy's receive. That right there is Patrick Schilla, French legendary table tennis player with amazing feeling and touch. He's been in the corner for Simon Gauzy this whole tournament. Simon Gauzy's receive, the strawberry, is where he comes around the outside of the ball, typically bending it deep to the forehand side of Dima, but he's used it effectively on different parts of the table. Dimitrij OVTCHAROV, currently world rank number 4, the second seed in this tournament, and now the highest seeding left in the tournament, as Timo Boll is the 3rd seed and already waiting in the winner's circle, waiting for the final match. Coach Rossi right there, Jorg Roskopf, a champion from 1998 in the Men's World Cup himself, and Shanto over Kim Tak-soo of Korea, one of the last great traditional pen holders, J-pen players. So this should be very interesting. Simon Gauzy with his touch, with his powerful backhands from off the table, again, is gonna have to be in near the table against Dima. When you give Dima time, he's steady and he's powerful, he's fast. Occasionally he gets nervous against top players. I've seen some service errors in tight matches, but typically against the top Chinese players in the world, we'll see. Great match ahead, best of 7. A steady backhand to backhand encounter for Simon Gauzy. Now yesterday, Dima turned it on a little bit later and came back against Shibaev. Started off with 1 foot in the hole. There's one of those shots from down low. This time he doesn't put the underspin on it. It's heavy side and top spin from Simon Gauzy. Watch this. Beautiful shot. Nice change of pace. Gauzy with the soft, spinny shot. Ooh, back edge of the table. First point for Dima. Now, while all the competitors are quite strong left right now, this match will be the best chance either of these players have to win the Men's World Cup. For Simon Gauzy, he's got a long future ahead. He's only 22 years old, so could find himself in similar positions from time and time again. But neither of the top Chinese players were on their half of the draw. Excellent angle off the bounce. Simon Gauzy coming back in to capture some real estate near the table. First towel break of the game. The young French player leading 4-2. Very deep on the table. Dima seems surprised that it came back up. So while Dima's used to a very fast pace of play, giving it back, I feel like Simon Gauzy's changed up the rhythm enough, and Dima hasn't taken the dare to step around or come into the table so much. But this is a much more aggressive, positive start from Dima. If he can get receives in like this, it's going to put a completely different priority list on Simon Gauzy's desk. Difficult shot, but a bold attempt from Simon Gauzy. And that was the serve that Dima was faulted for yesterday. He was warned once, tried again, and got faulted. Pulling it back out here, new match, different officials. And some comfortable blocks at first for Simon Gauzy, but relentless footwork and effort. Dima turns and hits the winner. Patient play, Gauzy has time, sets up, makes a quality shot, but goes for placement as well. Talked about real estate earlier on. Location, location, location. Same on the shots here from Gauzy. And that flat punching backhand. Again, at this level, we see a lot more heavy spin shots, wristy backhands. And Gauzy just punching it there, and there's not a lot left on it. Different trajectory. The ball doesn't jump out and up as much. Generally, a flat backhand is not the recommended shot, but from time to sprinkle it in and change things up. So far, it's worked out well for Gauzy. Watch the placement of this serve. Very difficult ball to keep short. Gauzy tries. Two big points, a little bit of a comeback streak here for Dima. Now he did something that Vladi does here. He changed up the placement where he started his serve so that Simon Gauzy couldn't plan and prepare the same as the point before. Beautiful points. Testing all around. Look at these counters. Simon Gauzy to get back some momentum. Finishing with the forehand to make it 9-6. Look at it one more time. The long serve goes bold. And on the move, the backhand, inside out forehand, and one more while Dima's hung out on the backhand corner. And 4 game points for Simon Gauzy to take the first in this best of 7. And he does it. Quality counters back and recovered quickly from his shots. 11-6, a very strong performance from the underdog, world rank number 13, 22-year-old Simon Gauzy. We'll be back for game number 2 right after this. So back for game number 2, Simon Gauzy leading 1-0. Now, interestingly enough, was just having a conversation with a friend. No matter who wins the Men's World Cup, it's already going to be amazing. Between these two players, one will join Timo Boll. What will be the more interesting final? Well, we'll see. I think whoever the better player is today. I'm still not over the fact that we're going to be seeing Ma Long playing a bronze medal match since 2012 on the international stage. Wow. In a best of 7 anyway. Jung Sang-un, of course, earlier this year. But back to the match at hand. Iconic signature serve, Dima. One of many serves that he learned from his father. Pushing Gauzy back behind the table. Heavy topspin to make the ball drop out of the power zone for Simon Gauzy's counter from behind the table. Now, this is a very different Dima than we saw in game 1. In terms of receive, he's going bold right from the start, not allowing Simon Gauzy a chance to get in and really start to graph out the point to become the architect. That backhand from over the table. Every time he's going for it, it's paid off so far. First towel break of the game. And 500% of Simon Gauzy's points are on the scoreboard for Dima. The amount of thought right now going on for Simon Gauzy, tactically speaking. What's it going to take to deter that backhand from Dima? He got away from the backhand, but still strong opening for Dima.
Let 6-1.
Apology from Gauzy. Not sure if it caught the top of the net, but a quality shot to keep it so low from below the table. From this angle, we'll have a good look at the height as it crosses the net. Very low to the net, a bit of side spin on it. I want to find it myself on the ITTF Facebook page, but side spin and Simon Gauzy are very close friends. It was against Jung Sang-un, game 2, 10-4. Simon Gauzy with a snake shot that wasn't even touched. Jung Sang-un probably thought it was going the other way. Excellent attempt. But no break here for Simon Gauzy. The apology comes right back. Wow. Testosterone much? Yeah. Facial expression says it all. And after all that, the high sitting ball, the low hanging fruit. 1 game point saved for Simon Gauzy, but a long, long way to go. Second towel break of the game. The score was so lopsided, I forgot there was even a towel break here. And Dima takes it 11-2. Absolute domination in game number 2, despite Simon Gauzy taking game 1 quite convincingly, 11-6. The battle has begun and is starting to thicken. Stick around to see how the plot unfolds. Game 3 coming up right after this. Back for game number 3. Simon Gauzy cleaning up his half of the table for a tidy table and honest bounce. And a clean slate here in game 3 after only winning 2 points in game 2. Comes down on the wrong side of the net for Simon Gauzy. Dima takes the first point. Wow, these shots. You've got power, you've got placement. Gauzy goes for broke here, playing that forehand down the line for the winning shot. Here he turns. If this ball comes back, you could see him already starting to crab walk, to shuffle over to that wide forehand. And of course, that will remind me of Timo Boll saving that point against Ma Long in game 7 with the fast long serve to the backhand. Beautiful parallel shot for the winner. Already breaking his score from game number 2. This appears to be the side of the table that works for Gauzy, but it's early in game 3. Still too tough to form any conclusions. Top edge of the racket, and again the heavy spin of Gauzy keeps the streak on. Now, the job of the coach is a much tougher job. I know parents can relate to this when your kid is out there and you're watching them. Boyfriends, girlfriends, you feel like you're out there with them, and sometimes it's tougher when you can't hold the steering wheel and you just have to sit and watch no matter what happens. But Patrick Sheila in the corner has managed to stay very cool during the match with Junmi Zutani. And Simon Gauzy had some very, very close, intense moments. Patrick Sheila had that fine balance of encouraging but not celebrating too early, keeping his player motivated but confident, focused but not overconfident. It's a balancing act. The wide shot from Gauzy, and he continues. He's up by 3. It's tough to even look at the scoreboard without thinking of Timo Boll in this tournament. 5-2. But just for a minute, think about how fast, like how little time Simon Gauzy had to start his swing on this. Even though the ball doesn't come down on the table, a full swing with very little backstroke from relatively close to the table. Fearless counter attempt. Now Gauzy's used this shot effectively. When he's below the table, he's so crafty and creative that he varies the spin quite well. This time he does not fool Dima. Side and top spin. Trying to play it a little bit softer and more shallow on the table this time. Also does not pay off. Dima with very precise location on the serve, handcuffing Gauzy. Softer spinny shot, but a lot of spin on it indeed. Gauzy focused and tight. Not at the moment of contact, but in terms of his stroke itself, keeping it compact. It's amazing how fast he comes past the ball and still recovers to get right back for the next shot. Oh man, tries to arc it up, has to take a few steps to get around for that forehand after two sky lobs, realizes the time is now to try to get back in. Dima's a tough player to lob to, quite tall, easier for him to stay on top of it than others. From this angle, you could see how close to the back edge that ball dipped down. Still a 2-point lead for Simon Gauzy. That receive, that backhand bending receive, the same that Timo used against Malone, comes out here to pay off for Gauzy. Now, as strong as both of these players are, Dima's the more experienced of the two. He's world ranked number 4. From titles, playing on the international main stage, seems more capable of a comeback. So it's quite crucial, I think, for Simon Gauzy to secure this game to increase his chances. And who knows, there's a first for everything. First time somebody comes back from being way down, nobody saw it coming. This one will not bend back down onto the table. Little apology from Dima for the net ball. A little bit of head nod of satisfaction as Dima starts to come back in. 3 in a row from down 5-8. And suddenly it's tied up in game 3. That shovel serve has been working pretty well for several points for Simon Gauzy, but in the last few attempts, Dima's made some nice adjustments. I think Gauzy's gonna have to switch next time he gets some serves. Top edge, will it come down? Oh, it does not. Premature chole. Imagine if that ball caught the back edge of the table. It happened with Liu Shiwen and Ding Ning. And yesterday, Simon Gauzy versus Jun Mizutani. Match points. If this comes down, it's deep on the table and it's awkward too. Well, that's interesting. Oh, new ball. All right, music for the new ball. I like it. Table tennis on its way up in the world. We're going to hear more and more music. A bit of MJ here.
9-8.
So Dima with 4 points in a row from down 5-8. And his second serve here. If he converts this, he's got 2 game points. This is such a focused counter from Dima to stay on top of that. Simon Gauzy worked so hard to get a quality shot in for the first. Really just wrapping around that ball, side and top spin, heavy. And that's somebody who knows what it's like to be out there on the battlefield. You can tell just by his cho. Although most of the best coaches, most of these coaches you see in the corner, know what it's like to be out there from experience. They've represented their countries at the highest level. Roskopf, a legend within Germany. Dima, just the same. Wow, what a comeback. Not a single point drop from down 5-8, 6 in a row for Dima. And he takes a 2-1 lead. We'll be back for game 4 right after this. We're back for game number 4. Simon Gauzy trailing 1-2 with the serve. Strong start for the young Frenchman to break the streak after Dima took 6 straight points.
Let one love.
He's got Dima away from the table. A good time to add a little extra spin. Not go for depth on the table, make the ball drop out. A little bit of help off the top of the net, but that is quite a bold receive. Again, at this level, the eye to recognize when a serve is going to come long not only takes tons and tons of practice, but they both have to be familiar with the table they're playing on. The ball stays a little bit shorter when there's backspin on this table, a little bit more grip on the table. Well placed from Dima, gets Simon Gauzy a little bit off balance. Every single point, even being up 8-5, you're not safe against world rank number 4, Dimitrij OVTCHAROV. Simon Gauzy is trying to gather for harvest some points right now. Preparing in case there is a cold winter ahead. First towel break of the game, and he leads 5-1. If I remember correctly, this could be the opposite of the situation in game number 2. Watching Dima towel off a little bit late reminds me of the psychological warfare he had with Alexander Shibaev. Towel, sweat, ball battle. High toss, tomahawk serve. Now in terms of the ball coming down and how far it comes down from where it's tossed, there tends to be a bit more forgiveness when the ball's tossed higher, because it's still coming down at a nearly vertical angle. Oh, slap shot from in near the hip. This time the bum rush to the table. The blitz pays off for Dima. This is a very difficult, high-risk, low-percentage shot. But the risk pays off one more time. Slaps it back, just manages to get the upper body out of the way. Still only the 3rd point for Dima this game. Surprising long push to get Gauzy a little bit off balance, and then follow up with the attack. It's a good timeout here. Coach Sheila in the corner for France's Simon Gauzy. What's the conversation going to be? We still haven't seen a strawberry yet. It came late in the match yesterday. also referred to once as the boomerang backhand, but Simon Gauzy gets the wrist up high and just whips around the racket. Inside out spin. We'll see there are certain tricks, certain bells and whistles that bother other people more. Dima's got them as well. When I think about the times Dima's played Ma Long, which will not be happening. Actually, who knows? Could be either in the final, Gauzy, or Dima, of course, who's leading right now. But if Gauzy comes back, Dima could end up playing Ma Long for the bronze medal match. I was going to say that against Ma Long, Dima tends to go for the pendulum serve, a little bit safer, a little bit less pressure to make, just more comfortable, something that's more well practiced, it seems. Relies less on, I don't know, can't say relies on fanciness, but some players are more bothered by fancy serves or receives. Simon Gauzy has a lot of them, but it's just playing aggressive, trying to stay in, change the placement, but doesn't find himself behind the table too often. This is a good habit to change. It takes a lot of footwork, a whole lot of strength out here, core strength. Oh, deep on the table, an awkward ball comes back and no contact from Gauzy. Earns himself a good third ball, comes right over the table. But has to come back to the deep forehand corner. Tied up now. First point out of the timeout goes against the timeout to Dima.
Let 5-all.
For a long time, that serve was typically heavy underspin. Dima also throws in straight side spin or little spin on that tomahawk serve. Touch shot escapes Dima. Short game so important. Now, while table tennis involves a lot of strength, speed, and agility, it can be big and strong, but if you can't handle the short ball over the table in these rallies, whoever has the better touch is going to get a lot of advantage. And both of these players have outstanding touch. I'd say Simon Gauzy from a touch standpoint is the favorite. Dima from consistency, power. Just long, he came back into the table once again. The second time we've seen Dima take a few quick jumps in to cover the table and put the pressure on. Suddenly he's right there for the backhand, still keeps the topspin on top of the ball. Not easy to do, to put that much topspin on the ball when you're taking it right off the bounce. Clever idea, had him fooled, but it goes long. Dima ties it up. A little bit of fortune. But again, Dima did make a decision to move in, and that adds pressure and tempts Simon Gauzy to go the other way. Once again, just too long. To save the ball from up high, we've got a fishing shot from Gauzy that keeps a lot of pressure on Dima. This one right here. Still, Dima works hard, gets around the ball for the inside-out forehand. Is that 3 in a row now to take the lead? This time it works out. That was the plan Simon Gauzy had about a game ago. The second attempt on this serve. Tried to play it soft, a little bit more shallow on the table, and almost give Dima the exact same opportunity that Simon Gauzy had on the receive. Tough to do when you're not serving the ball back.
Let 8-all.
Oh, service error once again. 2 service errors late in the game for a guy who was up 7-5. A crucial point. Could be a big turning point in this match.
Let 8-9.
Simon Gauzy shaking his head out there. You have to wonder if there's something more to what's going on, something we don't know about. Whoa. A little bit of Mandarin almost out there from Dimitrij OVTCHAROV. Simon Gauzy saving it with a chop from below the table, but Dima knows while the shot might look easy, he really has to stay focused because it's a shot that he hasn't received before in this match. To know exactly how much backspin is on it, many players will miss that shot Dima just nailed. So 2 game points for Dima to take a 3-1 lead over Simon Gauzy. Big loop from off the table, 1 game point saved. Gauzy with 1 more to go. Dima with 1 more chance right here. How quickly he's getting ready for the next shot. Much higher arcing ball deep on the table.
Time out.
Timeout on the side of Dima. Interesting, interesting. Just from a body language standpoint, every once in a while, I misread who the timeout is for. Jorg Roskopf in the corner was still sitting down, and Coach Sheila was on his feet, which made me question who called the timeout. But I think that was Roskopf saying, well, we got a moment or 2 before Dima gets back here. Gather my thoughts. Now again, coaches are, I'd say, way underappreciated at the professional level. But who you have in your corner, of course, who's guided you to get where you are, but who you have in your corner is like a psychologist and a cheerleader at the same time. Best friend, a father figure, somebody who doesn't just shout at you, tries to offer you sound advice, but knows how to make you feel the way you play your best. That's why we see such different demeanor from coaches, and in the modern game, depending on what country you're from, you will see a lot of coaches talking like they're friends, just having a conversation with the players, some positivity, some head nods, some encouragement, and then send them back out. Obviously, there are some more specifics. There are secrets sometimes between the players and the coaches. 2nd game point for Dima with the serve. Simon Gauzy saves it. Simon says deuce in game number 4. 2 game points saved, a diffused timeout. Happened the other way around for Dima before. When Simon had the timeout, Dima got the first point out of it. Wow, a very focused point. That last ball from Simon Gauzy took such restraint, such patience. In an explosive rally like this with so much side and topspin, this ball right here stays way in front. That was so challenging, but Simon Gauzy comes in, takes it from low, and carefully spins it up to take the point. Big backhand, Gauzy, look at this, the fist pump. It's a battle, 2-2. That was a huge turning point possibly. And as the bananas start to come out, game 5 will determine who takes the lead. Simon Gauzy, Dima, who knows? Game 5 coming up right after this. back for game number 5, tied up at 2 games each. This match is still anybody's. Simon Gauzy having maybe the tournament of his life. Dimitrij OVTCHAROV showing for years and years that he can be at the top of the game. No matter how hard Dima hits the ball, it keeps coming back and he has to recover from that long stroke. A taller player has more distance for the racket to travel to recover. It's also got a higher center of gravity. To stay that low can be a little bit challenging. Manages to do it quite well as world rank number 4. See him trying to stay loose, shake out the tension a little bit. It's easy to get tight in moments like this, or especially the moment where Simon Gauzy hit that ball from out in front at the end of last game. Staying loose under pressure. So much power on that last ball. Side spin to side spin battle. Love to see that one again. Thank you, guys. Side spin there. That shot from Gauzy. Such a kill shot, though, from Dima. Confident to put it away. And deep push catches Dima off guard a little bit. One thing we still haven't seen from Simon Gauzy, similar to the shot he gave to Dima that was blasted past, where he comes around the outside of the ball. Sometimes he puts underspin on it as well, and a lot of players dump it into the net. Yesterday, Jun Mizutani returned it with a touch shot. That one feels like it's a bit of a break for Simon Gauzy. Long push that Dima was set up for. He got the full stroke and the grunt in. This time, despite being way out on the forehand side, caught in the middle of the crossover point. Interesting, Simon Gauzy was quite determined to play a backhand from that far out on the forehand side. First towel break of the game, Gauzy leading 4-2. It's funny how different points make a different impact on you as a spectator. I think the same can be said for players as well. If you win a long rally versus if you get a push and your opponent dumps the ball into the net, the satisfaction, it's a bit more of a power play sometimes to win those big battles of points. Third service error from Simon Gauzy this match. Again, Belgium speaking a lot of French. You can hear some fans here cheering on Simon Gauzy. So with that shot, he's about 1 for 3. Simon Gauzy turning around, communicating something to Coach Sheila. Not sure what it was. Or 1 for 4, rather. 1 and 3. Trying to play it softly up from below the table on the receive. Edge of the racket does not come down. Gauzy clearly not happy. Is that 4 points in a row for Dima? I will say the percentages of Simon Gauzy's off-the-table backhands have increased so much in the last 2 years. Not only that, his ability to come back into the table. Again, this is wisdom, this is experience, this is understanding what it's going to take to get to the next level. I think we will see Simon Gauzy in the top 10 quite soon. With the new world ranking system, if he's playing a lot of tournaments, maybe even sooner. Backhand to backhand, recovers the lead. Maybe not recovers it, but recovers the loss anyway to tie it up at 6 points each. This is how the match started for Simon Gauzy. First 3 points of the match. And there was a lot of backhand to backhand action, a lot of calm, confident play from blocking the spin shots. But the game is evolving even within this match, even within this game. It's the beauty of the real-time sport, tactically how you change up to play whoever's on the other side of the table. Skylob will not come down. That was amazing touch. Look at that. This is a crowd that knows their table tennis to applaud how much feeling it takes to catch this ball on the racket. You've got the springiest rubber in the world. You've got a ball coming down quite fast from sky high, and he catches it with almost no bounce on the racket. Have to see that again later. It's funny how players do things like that. Marcos Freitas has some of the best touch in table tennis. Just incredible feeling. You can see it on YouTube, the different tricks he does. And sometimes players will do things like roll the ball over the edge of the racket without it bouncing. Little things. I know Maharu Yoshimura does some clever stuff between points to keep himself calm and confident. So now Simon Gauzy in the lead by 1. Oh, change of pace. Not sure if it was the edge of the racket. There was a clear apology there, and Dima definitely a bit down about the luck on that point. Could tell by the body language he was surprised that it came down. It was a very awkward ball. Looks like a very heavy push. Dima lifts up like it's a chop and lifts it up and out. 3 game points for Simon Gauzy to have a 3-2 lead. We got a party of 2, a table for 2 in the final. Timo Boll's early for dinner. Who's going to join him on the date? Speaking of dates, both of these players did change shirts before this game, so they're fresh. You'll see that a lot. Players, you know, with the towel breaks and whatnot, but changing into a dry shirt between the games. And it's Simon Gauzy who takes it 11-7, a 3-2 lead against the king of Europe, the number 2 seed in the tournament, Dimitrij OVTCHAROV. We've seen him come back before. He's got an uphill battle. Game number 6 could be the last, or it's going to a decider. You don't want to miss it. Game 6, Simon Gauzy versus Dima right after this. Back for game number 6, Dimitrij OVTCHAROV facing an opponent who's 1 game away from a seat in the final. Simon Gauzy up 3-2 to start here. Oh, he's up on 1 foot, a little bit off balance, and Dima right on top of the bounce plays it the other way. Oh, just missing wide again. Simon Gauzy's had some spectacular points from way behind the table, but most of them have ended in his opponent's favor, at least since the late rounds of this tournament. I think it was Jung Sung-un. I saw him rip one from way behind the table that finished the point. There's the strawberry. 1 order of strawberry, and there will be no return receipt here. Dima having some trouble with that receive. But again, the element of surprise, if he sees it more and more, he's probably going to be adapting to it, having better responses.
1-3.
This contact seemed like a little bit of hesitation. Simone Gauzy has a very wide array of receives possible. So making a decision, sometimes it can slow a player down a little bit. Soft touch, Gauzy leaves it out over the table near the net, and OVTCHAROV left with a late reaction to reach out in front. See here, he doesn't get the foot in, but still gets a lot of wrist on the ball, tries. Wow, that one was so fast and so low, I couldn't even tell if it made it until Dima shook his fist in celebration. From that angle before, deep on the table, low. No chole, no yole in that moment, just a delayed fist pump of satisfaction, a breath after the shot. Now in the lobbing rally, many of the shots that missed the table go wide to Dima's backhand side. Here's that attempt again from below the table, but smart play from Dima. It's that place over and over. I think Gauzy feels more comfortable fishing it, lobbing it deep to the backhand corner. Gets a more predictable shot from Dima, a chance to step around on the counterattack. That one just snuck right past him. So we were talking about if there will be a game 7. And Dima, the way things are going right now, looks like he'll come into game 7 with a lot of momentum.
7-3.
Possibly a bit off the edge, a quality loop nonetheless from Simone Gauzy. 7-2 lead is quite a big lead, but still 4 points away from the 11 needed to win by 2. There's that crazy tongue. Simone Gauzy getting focused, trying to stay loose.
8-3.
Maybe he's been doing that for a while. I think yesterday was my first time seeing that from Simone Gauzy against Jun Mizutani. So we come into the second towel break of the game with a 9-3 lead for Dima. Now just remember, for those of you wondering what this means for the players, this is arguably the best setup for either of these players to take a World Cup in their career. Again, Dima had a good draw with Ma Long and Lin Gaoyuan and Timo Boll on the other side.
3-10.
And his toughest opponent, historically speaking, Jun Mizutani with a great record against Dima, was taken care of, was knocked out of the tournament by Simone Gauzy. 7 game points for Dima.
10-4.
And also, whoever plays the final for the Men's World Cup is playing Timo Boll. Is that better than playing Ma Long? Well, in this tournament, maybe not. Who knows? Break off the top of the net, 11-4. Dima just steamrolling through game 6. The deciding game 7 for who will join Timo Boll in the final. We'll be back right after this. Stay right here. And here we are, it's game number 7, Dimitrij OVTCHAROV versus Simon Gauzy, playing the last game of the semifinals here.
Final game.
The winner of this game
To serve.
will be standing in one of the top 2 spots on the podium and has a chance at the Men's World Cup. Remember, coming into this match, Dimitrij OVTCHAROV, the heavy favorite, 29 years old, arguably around his peak. Second seed in the tournament, world rank number 4. Two big points to start off for Simon Gauzy. I have to wonder, in terms of fire and fight, emotionally, the match with Alexander Shibaev last night for Dimitrij OVTCHAROV seemed extremely taxing. Very intense, very tight match. But there's the fire. Just had to win a point for us to hear it, to know that it's there. This is partially physical conditioning, mental conditioning as well. But to be able to just sprint for the last lap of the race.
2-all.
Very fair sportsmanship, quick to apologize for such fortune. I think in German table tennis, the standard has been set quite high. Clever point, Gauzy jumping to keep the ball in place, slowing it down and making his way back into the table. From way behind, there he is. But it was Dima who hit the softer shot. This is one of the best improvements I've seen from Gauzy, is the way he's able to move back into the table, move on the plane, not just side-to-side footwork. Wow, fired up. 4 in a row for Dima coming into the first towel break. We're getting a variety of choles and yoles out here. If Dima scores one more point, they'll switch sides of the table to make sure that throughout this match it's been balanced. Equal amount of time, or as equal as can be anyway, throughout 7 games. Backhand from in over the table. It's a 1-point game. Thinking of the most memorable matches with Simon Gauzy this year, and at the Australian Open versus Vladi. Simon Gauzy played incredibly well, and Vladi played that much better.
Let.
Whew.
3-4.
And that gone off, 4th service error. Sits up a little too high, and a confident Dima backhand comes in to finish the point. They will switch sides of the table. Dima with the 2-point lead. This could be an all-German final. And with 2 very strong Chinese players, not just anybody. We're talking about a player who just won the Asian Cup over Fan Zhendong, and we're talking about the best player in the world. With both of those Chinese players here, to have an all-German final would be quite interesting.
5-3.
And at this point, it will be an all-European final. The question is France going to have a seat at the table?
6-3.
The service placement, this one's a little bit shorter. He's dangled the ball off the forehand many times. We've seen Simon Gauzy try to solve that puzzle. What to do from down below the table on the wide forehand. Second bounce on the table. That's 2 in a row that have stayed shorter. A little bit of backspin on a grippy table comes in to save the day. It goes a long way, ironically, because it technically doesn't go a long way. It stays shorter, but it earns him 2 points in a row. The streak continues. 8-3 lead. Talked about mental stability and experience, and how Dima's more likely to come back. No, not over yet. Gauzy already starts leaning and counters it right off the bounce. Beautiful reaction time. And again, it's a long, dark tunnel, but every long journey starts with one small step. We'll see. Neither player is out. Second towel break of the game. Dima in a good position here. Said yesterday, Gauzy cannot go easy. Same can be said for Dima right now. Wow, what a save! That backhand brushing, leaving side spin on the ball. It's coming in like a bullet. And Gauzy's able to not just get the ball back on the table, but a quality ball bending away. And still he's in position. The leg strength, the physical fitness. He's a threat from all over the court. Oh my goodness! Inside out parallel. This is just a merciless shot. This is like, how many Fs? 0. That's how many Simone gives right now. Inside out, down the line. That's a thug life shot right there from a man in a very high pressure situation, keeping it cool. But this one could be the game changer. 9-6 versus 7-8. The Gauzy comeback train has made a short stop. A bathroom break for passengers. Soft flip, a bit of side spin on it. Gauzy takes his time because he realizes he has it. And that it's going to be more about placement than it will be pace on this ball. It's amazing how re-watching it, it feels like it happens so fast, but in the moment, it's like decisions, probably had like 10 different options flying through his head the moment before he made the decision to do that. Wah, wah, wee, wah. 1 point game. Remember 8-4? If Dima loses this match, I don't think he'll ever forget 8-4. It's tough. This is the life of a professional athlete. The scores that will haunt you at night. The what ifs, the could haves. Again, the serve. This time it's longer. It comes off the table. There were 2 Dima serve that stayed inside the table for the points. So 2 match points for Dima to play the Men's World Cup final against his teammate and European legend, Timo Boll. Simone Gauzy at world rank number 13 and 22 years old, 2 points away from tying it up at deuce in the 7th. Long serve and Dima does it! Simone Gauzy goes bold and Dima was prepared. What can you say? You've got to take some risks, but an amazing performance once again from Dimitrij OVTCHAROV and a hug from the players. A great finish to an excellent match. And Jenny, Emma, the OVTCHAROV family will be thrilled to see their Dima in the men's final here for the Men's World Cup later on today. Interestingly enough, we'll have a chance to see Ma Long battle for a bronze medal against Simone Gauzy, who fought a good fight, but both of these players, Simone Gauzy and Ma Long, have exhausted themselves fighting for their chance to play for the Cup. And then, of course, Timo Boll and Dimitrij OVTCHAROV, with a very fascinating history, will be battling for the Men's World Cup later on today. Stick around. You're watching the ITTF Liege Men's World Cup 2017.
Mesdames et messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, with Dimitrij OVTCHAROV.
Dima, another incredibly tough game here in Liège. It's changing all the time. You're behind, then in the lead, then behind. Really tough again.
Wow, I'm exhausted, really. It was so tough. I tried to focus, to keep up and fight, and I just had hope that Simon is also a bit tired. Very tough competition. I was in the hotel back 1 a.m. yesterday and slept maybe 3 hours. Very, very tough, but yeah, I can only count my teammate and friend Timo is tired as well, so it will be an exciting final.
Yeah, and what are your initial thoughts now? It's going to be a great spectacle for you. Obviously, you played earlier in the China Open and so on, and so big final for you and Timo.
Yeah, our last two encounters ended with 2 points in the final set, so I mean, crucial is usual between the battles between us, and yeah, I hope we can show a great match, but I mean, it's amazing. A German player gonna win the World Cup, and yeah, I'm proud.
You should be proud. Ladies and gentlemen, fantastic performance. Dimitrij OVTCHAROV in the final, coming up soon this afternoon.
Dima, congratulations.
Bon, mesdames et messieurs, on va faire une petite pause. Après, on va revenir
Yes,
pour
I
le match
expected a very tough
troisième
game.
place.
Simon is in the shape of his life. Yesterday he beat my teammate from Russia, Gauzy, shows enough, and I think it was a great match for both of us, and I'm very, very
Ça, on va avoir la finale entre Simon et Dimitrij OVTCHAROV. Ça, c'est à 15h30, 3:30, the final. So next match, 3:30.
exhausted, I have to say, especially I had also no big control yesterday. I was back in the hotel past 1 a.m. and slept maybe 3-4 hours, and it's a too tough schedule, but of course I will give my very best in the finals. Yeah, well, we played earlier this year in the final of the China Open. Timo was up 10-6 in the last set, and I managed to win that one 12-10, so it's